A family in peril, strange moths in Antarctica, a land of icy plains and towering glaciers. It is a harsh and unforgiving environment. Yet life finds a way. A polar bear mother and her two cubs found themselves far from their Arctic home. Perhaps driven by the changing climate and dwindling ice flows, they ventured south. They arrived in this strange, new land hoping to find food and shelter. But their journey had led them into danger. A new threat emerged from the frozen landscape. Strange, luminescent moths with wings like shards of ice appeared. They swarmed around the bears, their tiny bodies holding a mysterious and potent infection. The moths were drawn to the bear's warmth, their fragile wings brushing against the bear's fur. The mother bear, sensing danger, tried to protect her cubs. She swatted at the moths with her massive paws, but the moths were relentless. Distress signal scientists raced to the rescue. Deep within a research station nestled amongst the frozen peaks, a distress signal flashed across the screen. Scientists, monitoring wildlife, watched with alarm as the signal revealed the bears' plight. The data was clear. The bears were infected. Time was of the essence. A rescue team was assembled immediately. The team understood the urgency of the situation. They knew that the bears' survival depended on their swift action. Every moment counted as they prepared to brave the treacherous conditions. Their mission to reach the bears and administer a life-saving antidote. Cutting-edge technology, gearing up for the mission. The scientists were equipped with the latest technology. They had specially designed snowcats to navigate the icy terrain. They carried portable medical units to treat the bears on site. Drones with thermal imaging would help locate the bears in the vast white expanse. Time was of the essence. The team worked quickly. They loaded the snowcats with their gear. The hum of the engines filled the air, a stark contrast to the usual silence of the icy plains. They set off into the biting wind, a beacon of hope in the frozen wilderness. A delicate rescue, extracting the polar bear family. Locating the bears was a challenge. The drones, their cameras scanning the landscape, finally picked up the bears' heat signatures huddled near a glacier. Using tranquilizer darts, the team carefully sedated the mother bear and her cubs. It was a delicate operation. The team had to work quickly and efficiently to minimize the stress on the animals. They gently lifted the sedated bears onto specially designed stretchers. The bears' heavy bodies were moved with the utmost care. They were transported back to the research station. The scientists knew that the real battle was just beginning. The bears' lives hung in the balance. Inside a sterile, climate-controlled room within the station, the medical team went to work. The infection, spread by the strange moths, was attacking the bears' respiratory systems. The mother bear, her large body racked with coughs, struggled to breathe. The cubs, too weak to even whimper, huddled close for warmth. The scientists worked tirelessly, administering the antidote and providing supportive care. They monitored the bears' vital signs, their faces etched with worry. The antidote had to work. The fate of the polar bear family rested on their efforts. Days turned into nights. The research station, usually a hub of scientific inquiry, became a sanctuary for the ailing bears. The mother bear, her strength slowly returning, never left her cub's side. She licked their fur, her rough tongue a comforting presence. Even in her weakened state, her maternal instincts were strong. The cubs, their tiny bodies responding to the treatment, began to show signs of improvement. They started to take small sips of water, their eyes regaining their usual sparkle. Each breath, each movement was a victory. The road to recovery was slow, but with each passing day the bears grew stronger, their appetites returned. The mother bear devoured large portions of fish, her cubs mimicking her every move. Their playful antics, once absent, filled the room with life. The scientists, their initial anxieties replaced with cautious optimism, continued to monitor the bears' progress. They had created a special enclosure within the station. It mimicked the bears' natural habitat, complete with ice floes and a small pool of water. The bears, revitalized, explored their temporary home, their playful interactions a testament to their resilience. Finally, the day arrived. The bears were deemed healthy enough to return to the wild. The team prepared for the release, their hearts filled with a mix of excitement and relief. They had witnessed the bears' incredible journey from the brink of death to renewed vitality. The snowcats were loaded once more. This time, instead of medical equipment, they carried the precious cargo of the polar bear family. Their destination, a remote, pristine location far from the strange moths and the dangers they represented. The snowcats came to a halt. The team worked in silent unison to open the carriers. The mother bear emerged first, her eyes scanning the surrounding landscape. She was followed by her cubs, their white fur gleaming under the ethereal glow of the aurora borealis. With a final glance back at their rescuers, the polar bear family walked towards the horizon. They disappeared into the vast expanse of ice and snow, their silhouettes fading into the shimmering curtain of light. They were a symbol of hope, a testament to the power of science and compassion. The Antarctic night echoed with the sounds of their freedom, a reminder that even in the harshest of environments, life endures.